Hi, I'm Ian Kyrolaber.
And I'm Rachel Hall.
And welcome to Encounter Shawnee Mission.
Man, I wish I had the chance to learn about music making with computers when I was young.
That sounds so cool. Let's take a look.
The assembly today was about music and technology and basically using performance to show kids how the technology works in music and music production. I like working with kids because they're little sponges. They really absorb a lot of the concepts and things that I do, and they're not afraid of the technology at all. They're ready to dive in and do it, and because they've been exposed to it from a very young age, so they're even more adaptable.
My favorite part of the assembly was playing the keyboard. I think it was awesome.
My favorite part about the job is probably the music and getting out and watching people's reaction to music. Everyone has a different reaction to music, and that's my entertainment, is watching them watch me.
The assembly was about music and how you can use it with electronics.
With photographer Andrew Tabb, this has been David Philhart reporting for Encounter Shawnee Mission.
Don't you just love the technology here at Shawnee Mission?
It really is amazing. Sunflower Elementary has been thinking of ways to give back to their community.
They most recently chose a program called the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Here's what it's all about.
Most recently, Sunflower Elementary School's Stuco program has been working on ways to fundraise for LLS.
So as the campaign manager for our student series in the Pennies for Patients program, I help empower students with their leadership capability and just how they can go in and help other patients in their community. So with them fundraising for Pennies for Patients, they're going in and helping patients at the local level, and they're going in and getting educated about blood cancer research as well. So that's the end goal.
Actually, who we call Captain Chemo, okay?
The Leukemia and Lymphoma Society is the largest voluntary health organization dedicated to fundraising research, finding cures, and ensuring access to blood cancer patients.
Stuco, we are trying to find fundraiser ways so that we can gain money to give to this donation.
Sunflower has not only done this because it is a good organization, but they also have a personal connection to LLS.
There was one girl in kindergarten, and she has non-Hodgkin's leukemia or lymphoma, and we're trying to help her out because she's going through treatment.
I just feel like I could help them because my granddad had cancer, and well, I know that other people do too, so I think that it's just best to help them.
Our goal is to raise $3,000 for leukemia and lymphoma patients. We just want to help all of them out.
Well, our goal is $3,000, and I think we can do it, or even get more.
With photographers Noah Tatley and Joe Compton, this has been Zach Wilhoit with Encounter Shawnee Mission.
What a great way to get kids involved.
Those kids are going to make great leaders someday for sure. At Pawnee Elementary, students are dedicated to ensuring the safe arrival of their peers.
Let's check out Safety Patrol.
When you drop your child off for school at Pawnee Elementary, you can count on the 6th graders to greet you with a smile and ensure the safe arrival of your student.
Everyone in 6th grade has to do Safety Patrol, and you get to sign up for AM or PM, which means you get to do it before school or after school. And then there's different areas around the building. There's in the back where you open cars, there's in the front where you open cars, there's the crosswalk, and then you just hang out around the doors to make sure people get into school.
We help kids get out of their cars in the mornings, and we open the doors.
Well, I stand over there and I kind of wait for kids to walk down. But when I do, I gotta make sure to stop cars so they don't get ran over. Seeing everyone walk and having a smile on their face kind of makes me happy.
Safety Patrol teaches students responsibility and gives them the chance to help their fellow students.
One of the things I like is when you open the doors, you get to meet everyone who comes to school, so you get to find out a lot about different people.
With photographer Josh Clipston, this is Ellie Knoble reporting for Encounter Shawnee Mission.
Man, I really feel safe.
Yeah, I do too.
Recently, Horizons went on a field trip to Harvesters to learn about giving back to their community.
Let's take a deeper look into the generosity of these students.
Horizons Advanced Food class took a field trip to learn about giving back.
The students from Horizons came here today for a volunteer opportunity. Horizons has provided food to families at our school, and they've provided snacks to kids after school. So it's just an opportunity for our kids to give back to an organization that's helped us. I think it's great for students to experience giving back to an organization that's helped them. Plus, it's incredible to see how this organization works and how massive this warehouse is. And until you see something like this, it's really hard to describe what an impact this place has on the community.
Harvesters helps provide food to local agencies that work with underfed people. These are places like food pantries, shelters, kitchens, things like that. It's just sort of a central hub to where people can find affordable food and get those out into the community. Today we have the students bagging up produce. We have a lot of bulk things of produce that come in that need to get bagged up into smaller containers so we can distribute those easily. I think students coming to Harvesters is a great way to learn about the need in their community and give a helping hand and learn that there's people that aren't as privileged as most of us are.
I think that the teachers brought us here to give back to the community that gives back to us. Harvesters is about helping the community, reaching out to people that don't have enough supplies, resources to get food.
With photographer Jack McMahon, this has been Zach Witters reporting for Encounter Shawnee Mission.
Man, that was really starting to make me a bit hungry.
Ian, you're always hungry. Hey, did you see the Miss Universe pageant?
No, but I've always wondered what it would be like to compete in a pageant.
Well, now you can with Shawnee Mission West Mr. Viking.
Mr. Viking is like a fun contest where the senior boys are kind of like doing a spin-off of the Miss USA pageant, and we do it to raise money for the senior sizzle at the end of the year.
What's the biggest challenge young people face today? This should be pretty serious.
Pageant questions.
Senior Sizzle is a drug and alcohol-free event put on for the graduates of Shawnee Mission West, and we go to Power Play for a few hours. I think it's from 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. and it's just in celebration of graduation.
Our 2017 Mr. Viking is Andy Wade.
My favorite part of Mr. Viking was going to the practices because it was fun hanging out with friends and messing around, but also knowing that we were spending time to make a good event for a good cause.
With photographer Rachel Hall, this has been Ian Kyrlaber reporting for Encounter Shawnee Mission. Oh, I'm definitely competing in that next year.
Oh yeah? What would be your talent?
You have to have a talent?
Hey, have you seen any good plays recently?
Now that you mention it, yeah, I have.
What about a play that's entirely in Spanish?
What? No, but that would be so cool.
Well, Westridge Middle School did exactly that. Let's take a look.
This mic goes to a different speaker.
Westridge Middle School showcases their diversity by working together to produce a play that is entirely in Spanish.
The whole kind of message of Alicia is about identity. The main character, Alicia, has to live in two worlds. At home, in her Spanish-speaking environment, she is Alicia. When she goes to school at an English-speaking school, all of her teachers and friends call her Alice. We have students that are both Spanish speakers and students that don't speak any Spanish at all that are in these shows. One of them is entirely in Spanish with projected subtitles, and then the other one is in Spanglish.
She's fighting two different people. Like, she doesn't know whether to be Alice, her school self, or Alicia, her home self with her Spanish-speaking family.
Every year, for the literacy unit, we have the older native speakers that I teach. We have them write original Spanish language kids stories. Yvette Galarza, she wrote the story El Pintor Mágico, the magic painter. And I was looking at all the stories and hers struck me. I stopped and I really studied it because the story was so simple but so great. So it just kind of kept I don't know, it kept staying with me.
This play is like about this town that normally like everything, like there's no color at all. There's only white, but then this family moves in and they want to decide to paint their house blue, but that's kind of like going against tradition. So throughout the play you see how like people don't like it and how like it changes at the end.
It's really an adventure, it's a big experiment, but I think it's been a huge shot in the arm to all my native speakers. They have a presence here now.
I had no idea that people who are a native speaking or a Spanish speaker had to deal with having two different personalities and almost fighting themselves because they have this whole thing at home and then they have to use a different name and a different language at school just to be understood.
The kids who know theater don't speak Spanish. The kids who know Spanish have never done theater. It's like putting all these moving parts together.
See how everything comes together to have like this big huge production, and just like watching every step of the way and seeing how it's growing into something really cool.
With videographer Aaron Williams, this has been Amelia Mildyke-Gifford reporting for Encounter Shawnee Mission.
Hey Ian, can you say anything in Spanish?
Yeah, cualquier cosa.
What does that mean?
Anything. Do you know that there are over 2,000 languages spoken in Africa? Well, the Krista McAuliffe Elementary Schoolers do.
They got a chance to watch African drummers share their music and learn a bit about their culture.
We're at Krista McAuliffe Elementary to take a look on the African Dance Assembly.
Students filed into the gym to learn about African culture from some special guests.
We chose the African dancers because our principal, Mr. Orr, had actually seen them at another school and thought that they were amazing, and we actually had to book them out almost a year in advance. We wanted the kids to experience a different culture and see something that they may not see in their everyday lives, and learn a few facts about a different continent, and just take away something different that they may not see every day, and something loud and fun, and where they get to dance and see their teachers dance.
Even the teachers got to join in on the fun.
I learned a lot. They gave us a lot of facts about Africa, that they had 54 countries and spoke over 2,000 languages.
You don't know who I want?
My favorite part was probably the drumming because I play the drums, but that's kind of a different drum. I play snare, but they do it a lot differently.
Students were able to participate in the assembly as the African drummers shared their music, dances, and language.
My favorite part was probably when we danced, because we got to really interact with them and the crowd. From the assembly, I learned that you can do anything no matter where you're from, and you can just have fun and do whatever or be whatever you want to be.
With photographer Megan Fegman, this has been Emma Beeson reporting for Encounter Shawnee Mission.
Wow, that made me want to get up and dance.
Maybe later. Overland Park Elementary hit a home run at the Kauffman Stadium.
That's right. They went on an exciting field trip to visit the 2015 World Series champions.
Let's see it.
Today we followed Overland Park Elementary on their class field trip to the Kauffman Stadium. Today they learned about statistics, batting averages, and they received a full tour of the compound.
During their trip, the kids practiced math by calculating batting averages and game statistics.
The reason why I'm here today is because I'm a part of the teacher ed program, and I go out and help Miss Mack in there with Isabel, and they invited us on the field trip to go with them.
I think my favorite part was going through the dugout tunnel again, and it's going to be going to Pizza Street and eating a ton of pizza.
First on their tour, the students visited the infamous Royals dugout.
You can start sitting down.
In addition to the dugout, the kids also got to visit the team locker room as they were given trivia about the team and their pre-game rituals.
I learned that it's a lot easier to average than you'd really think.
The students wrapped up their tour with a trip to the media interview room, where they thoroughly questioned their teacher as though she was the manager of the team.
171.
With photographer Zoe Croas, this has been Taya Kinner reporting for Encounter Shawnee Mission.
That really makes me want to take a trip to the ballpark.
Me too. Makerspace at Pawnee Elementary is an activity for students and parents to be creative.
The students come to build structures out of paper and tape that can hold up books.
At Apache Elementary, 5th graders participated in an event called Makerspace, where they were able to use their creativity to build strong structures out of construction paper, newspaper, and tape to hold up books. The goal was to pile as many books on top of the structure as possible before it broke.
Makerspace is a place at Apache Innovative School where students can go and create. It's more than just a special place that they go to. It's really a mindset that we're trying to create, that we can build and create new things to solve problems with our students. We are trying to get the parents involved to help understand what a maker mindset is. So they're building and creating and solving challenges together to not only have that family engagement, but then also to kind of learn how they can create together.
Makerspace is it's like a space where we can go to just like do whatever we want without like any guidelines and just be like creative.
My favorite part was that we got to build and be creative, and we had to kind of like hold 2 books and build kind of like a structure to hold them.
Oh, well, it's just nice to do something fun. We run from activity to activity all week, so it's fun to just get together and do a project.
We used newspaper and I think it was copper paper or something like that, and scissors and tape. Our project held the 2 books, but right when we put on the second one, probably about a couple seconds later, it kind of fell.
I think it's great. I think a lot of times we ask our kids what they do at school, and we get a lot of, I don't know, so it's really fun to come in and be able to do a project like this with them.
With photographer Maddie Wilkes, this has been Natalie Lamb reporting for Encounter Shawnee Mission.
What a bunch of smart little engineers.
Speaking of smart kids, Mathletics is a program that allows students to improve their math and problem-solving abilities outside the class.
Here, Comanche Elementary hosts a competition with several other schools, giving students a chance to be competitive and show off their skills.
I am the 4th and 5th grade coach at Comanche, so I have 12 to 15 4th graders and 12 to 15 5th graders that meet every Wednesday, twice a month to practice, and then once a month for a competition in Mathletics. Well, they're usually the students that have tested higher and are already doing well in the classroom. So they're already passionate, they already love math, they like to work, they don't mind staying after school. So it's very enjoyable as a teacher to have that energy at the end of school. But I think the main thing is because they're already high achieving and these questions push their logic and their common sense as well as their problem solving abilities, I think it gives them a slight advantage on the tests they take in, that the rest of the school would take.
In math, it's just sort of, you have this problem and it's going to be on the test next week. In athletics, you have these sets of problems that you can practice and take packets home, and they're not really even math if you really start learning them. They get more of everyday problem solving and easy 1+1 problems.
I find the more competitive I make it, the more want to participate. So I make a big deal out of it when I taught 3rd grade, now I teach 4th grade, that they wanted to become a mathletics competitor because competing and getting snacks and water and being on a team, and even if you don't win, just having the battle is a lot of fun.
With photographer Haley Powell, this has been Adam Lulligden for Encounter Shawnee Mission.
I need those kids to help me with my calculus homework.
I'll see what I can do. At East Antioch, teachers keep finding new ways for kids to learn.
The 4th grade classes took a field trip to Prairie Fire Museum to expand their knowledge of evolution and genetics.
Recently at East Antioch Elementary, we followed the 4th grade class as they explored Prairie Fire Museum and Natural History Museum in Overland Park, Kansas. As the kids split up into groups, we observed their experience in the exhibition room. Here they learned about animal genetics and evolution. Here they learned about different animal species and how they adapted to their environment to live longer and avoid predators. We asked some students how they felt about the field trip. What was your favorite exhibit downstairs?
The tardigrade, because I thought it was cool that it was so small and it looked really big because it was like made bigger.
After a while in the exhibition room, they walked to the discovery room where they could see many live animals as well as some very old ones. From dinosaurs to their close relative, the bearded dragon. Fourth grade teacher Christy Smith gave us her opinion.
We were looking for a field trip that would help us with the next generation science standards, and they have all the standards online, and we were able to link them all to our curriculum. Wow. The basics that they're learning are the adaptations that animals make for their survival in their environment, and that's what we spent a lot of time with. And then it also talks about how animals have changed over the years and how they have adapted to different surroundings, and their body parts have changed to help them survive.
With photographer Max Cross, this has been Ben Withroyd reporting for Encounter Shawnee Mission.
Wow, learning has really evolved since I was in 4th grade.
Really, Rachel? I'm Ian Kyrlaber.
And I'm Rachel Hall.
And this has been Encounter Shawnee Mission. Thank you for watching.